One of these days I'm going to post without a scarf. Welcome back to this channel. I don't know how to, there's a couple of things I want to address, so this might be a two-part video. I don't know. I was just sitting in a form of meditation, just trying to figure out, what blocks I might have or what am I missing when it comes to finding, the balance that I deserve and desire for this life, right? And the one thing that came up, the phrase that came up was my family lineage is fearful because they have never had security or safety and stability. Now, it could be a part of the whole POC dynamic, especially when we're talking about, slavery and back in the day where we had to fight for survival and our nervous system was always in a sense of fear and unknown, fear of the unknown, of what's going to happen to you in, tomorrow, the next hour, whatever. And we were taught, I think, ooh, my heart is hurting. We were taught to stand strong, initially stand strong together, but to not show any weakness or vulnerability or to show that fear, even though that fear is masked. This is coming through so weird. I just bear with me. I'm trying to get through this as best as I can. Um, I don't plan to edit this video at all, so we're going to see where this goes. So that part, that ancestral part, it's etched in our DNA, it's etched in our line, and it's etched from childhood. Honestly, let's even start with that. Let's start with something that we are aware of, that we know. I'm not even going to go into the woo woo of it all too much, but let's just start from what we know. How were we raised? What did we see? What did we absorb as children? And for me, I saw lack, and I saw, and this is, part of the whole money video, the hustle grind, the struggle, the tug of war of trying to acquire that sense of breath air, that fresh breath of fresh air, if that's the word I'm looking for, to be able to breathe, to be able to cultivate something that's rooted, and that you can really exhale and just really bask in it without flinching or turning or being on alert all the time. And there's so much in the POC community that we're always on alert about. We're always like this, um especially as a Black woman, and that's what I'm speaking from right now. Um we're always on edge and afraid of things, afraid to take chances sometimes, afraid to speak our mind. I mean, literally, I don't mean in a way that, let me break this down. I don't mean speaking our mind that is just harmful. I mean really being vulnerable. A lot of us don't know how to be vulnerable. On the flip side of that, a lot of us do not know how to understand or receive vulnerability. We don't know how to be soft. We have, well, condemned softness. Yikes. I'm not saying that you can't come in here with Valkyrie energy. I just literally talked about that in another video. Yes, for yourself. Yes, standing in your convictions. Yes, setting boundaries. I'm not even, all of that. We understand that. But really getting in tune with that softness of yourself so you can really reflect on, like, I don't know. I really, this is a lot. This is really a lot because we're afraid. We're afraid, like I said, of so much. And then part of that is the vulnerability to be honest about that. To really come on here and be honest about that. We're afraid of how people are going to respond to our vulnerability because it's been rooted for so long. And we can't acquire the things that we want because we keep trying to mask that. We keep trying to cover it all up instead of really addressing it and dealing with it. So the things that we need can come in. And I'm gonna, put myself out there too. I'm still navigating through this. I've touched on I touched on surface level things. I've touched underneath the coding of things, but I really still have a lot of deep diving to do. I'm being honest about that. I am still afraid of this journey. I am afraid of this journey because I don't know where it's going to go. And that's just me being candid and honest. At the same time, it's like I'm still holding grace and holding space for myself because I know I'm doing the best that I humanly can while remaining in my authenticity, while being honest with what I want, what I desire, and how I want to go about doing it, and being honest with the fact that I am not for certain things. And holding space with the fact that I know everybody won't get that and just being okay with that. I'm still learning this. It's I hope I'm making sense. I was raised by someone who was afraid of the world. And I had to reflect on all of the things that she has ever said. And I'm referring to my mother. Okay, that's my father didn't say much of anything. So I have two parts to that. I have to address my mother wound and my father wound. But I guess we're kind of briefly touching on the mother wound. I had to reflect on all the things that she has ever said to just really make me second guess myself and how to navigate life. That it's put me in this bubble, this tight bubble of not moving. And I believe I spoke about this many videos ago. I'm in this seasoned, linear, tight bubble of not moving. I'm not, I feel like I got to break this down too. I'm moving. Yes, you see me moving. I have went to Florida. I've left Florida. I've came to North Carolina. I've acquired house sitting. That's not what I mean. I mean within my being. I feel like I'm at a brink of something else to shift, and I'm trying to still figure that out at the same time. It feels like I'm touching it. I'm on the precipice of it. I'm on the cusp of it rather. Um, but I'm trying to figure out how to break through this barrier, this shell, or this definition that we can't have more, or we can't be, well, cozy with ourselves, or we can't be expressive in a way that's not harshly judged or ridiculed in a way, if that makes sense. We're always on the defense. I think that's where I'm going with this. We're always on the defense. A lot of us in this community are very much defensive. We attack before we understand. We go hard at things before we truly listen. Our listening skills suck sometimes. I'm not even gonna say I hold you. It sucks so bad. And I mean, I'm thinking about all the things I've seen just from my family dynamic in general. I'm just like, our listening skills suck. Even I've had that trouble. And I've been working with that with Minnie, with trying to just really be active listening and really hear what she has to say and reflect on that and not being so, what's the word? Do I want to say self righteous? To a degree, yes. We let our pain speak through rage and anger instead of continuity, articulation, and vulnerability. Again, I hope this makes sense. This is all kind of coming to me like all at one wop. Again, you guys are on this journey with me. I'm navigating this as best as I humanly can, and if I get a different revelation or something that really something more rooted and potent that really says the aha of it all, I'll let y'all know. I will put it on here. Okay. I'm just talking right now. This is more of a vlog, if anything, right now. This is not a, yes, everything that I share is educational, yes, but this is more just me having a conversation with y'all and just kind of free flowing it to see where I need to go. So I do understand that there is a deep rooted mother wound because this has been coming up. Somebody else I know that has a channel has just mentioned that, and this has been coming up a lot for me. So this is something I may have to sit and revisit again. And I'm like, damn. I thought I was over it, but I'm not. Um, my mother is no longer here, so I don't know if this has anything to do with that, but I think this has a lot to do with my growth as a whole in order for me to continue to go forward on this journey and to see a different light with myself and to share with my daughter and to show her that we don't have to be in this scarcity mode because I've noticed even shifts in her and that really breaks my heart right now. She used to be very much of just an optimistic and bubbly child, but since this journey, it's like now she has the damage done that we've all had as the black females of this family, and it's that she has a realistic view, yes, but I think to a degree she kind of has a pessimistic view like her mother, and I may have instilled that on her, and because we went through this journey, it's made it even worse because it just looks like there's no way out or there's no way to have um the freedoms of life that we see so many people have. And I want that. I want to see that for her. I want to leave her that. I want her to acquire that so she can move on with the next generation in abundance. In abundance. And that looks like so many things. I want her to experience travel. Hell, I want to experience travel, but I want to pass that along that it's she's able to see the world in a different view. That's not just like, oh, I may get it today. Oh, I don't know. And if I don't get it, oh, that's normal. And that's the crazy part because that's the thing that I've been toying with or ooh, fighting with for these past few months is that, that view of anytime something bad happens, it's like, oh, that's normal. It's funny because I was just saying that on a live. It's just like I'm like real neutral now. I can't get excited about things because if something good happens and I want to get excited and I want to scream and be like, yay, um, I'm afraid to do that because I'm afraid that it might just be ripped away or it might be a facade or it might be fake. That's the other. Oh my God, this. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do a whole video. This is gonna be a part two. We're gonna touch on the mother wound. I'm going to sit and journal and write some things tonight, and just some tidbits and pointers that I want to just touch on. So just consider this just more of a, like I said, a vlog conversation. But then I want to just touch on the mother wound. In general, just the energies of the ancestral mother womb, because this trickles down. This is not even just immediate mother. We're talking about aunties. We're talking about grandmothers, great grandmothers. We're talking about the whole veteran system. Okay, so I'll be back as soon as I humanly can. There is a lot of things going on right now financially that I am trying to balance out, but I'm here. If you're enjoying this content, please like, share, and subscribe. I do have a website out that talks about this. These are the things that I'm trying to help myself as well as help the collective with navigating through the real, raw, and candid things that we're not supposed to talk about. The taboo shit of it all. Bye, y'all.